fights against Cat, fights against 100 Thieves are over in seconds. When Lonely Let Gone need to press go, they can do it. And right now, with the Maggie Ball thrown out, they may be doing exactly that, making certain that this high ground is all theirs.
They push him off the high ground. Now they're going to look for KP. If nobody's contesting it for height, they're going to close out this game very, very easily. As they're just looking for KP. Kino Troop going out. Fusion going out. Still, Rowie down. He's a 10K going out. It's coming down to a 3v3 where they have absolute height. They should be closing this game out completely. And Pricey goes down and Lonely Let Go.
Absolute height, absolute advantage. That was textbook from Lonely Let Gone. And they were able to collect so many kills. It was like playing whack-a-mole at the end. Meteor playing on the low ground, and it's ALGS who are on the top right now, pushing Fusion. Did not expect that from this squad, but ALGS, they got second in our first game, and now look to be in a position to maybe take first in our second.
I'm still very surprised that CCG on the inside didn't look to 3P anything while they're hearing all these gunshots. Pricey and the boys right here are looking to feel very comfortable because the zone actually ends on top of them, Yeah. Everybody has to fight their way out as they're just going to have free reign. As long as they don't do any drastic mistakes here, they should be winning the game.
Whoa.
As I say, Pricey goes down.
They do have to be really careful about this. A team like Kinotrope would push you, but Kinotrope can't. Instead, it's CCG that have to. Jumping up onto the high ground, they look to take out ALGS, but they can't finish the kills. They don't have any sight lines on anyone. Finally, ALGS will go down. CCG, they own the hilltop now in a crazy turn of events, and it's a solo from Kinotrope. So I'm going to say an early congratulations to CCG for having picked up this game, for having taken a reversal of fortune and a big misstep from ALGS and turned it into a win.
Big misstep indeed. They might have heard what I said. Why aren't you guys proactive when stuff is happening? They said, we got you. We're immediately going to just close out this game just to shut you up, Graceful.
Yeah.
They went straight for the queue up, claimed the high ground after a big mistake from the team up top. But the fact that you can punish teams when you messed up, I'm going to take this win now. Very, very looking good for them. I'm very happy.
I got to celebrate Cannon as well. He's making this way harder than it has any right to be. Finally, the kill will go down. CCG are like, oh yes, that's right. It is just one person. We can just sort of ape this.
We can just shoot him and go left later. I'm really good on me. I'm really good on me. You don't have to move yet. The fighting left, press, come to me. From me, yeah. Look at me. Someone needs to stay right. I think we can wrap left.
All right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Go! We need a right.
ALGS make the call. ALGS push on the eastern side of zone. Kinotrope have just gone down. They are making the perfect third party onto Babo, but Strafing Flame doesn't land. The shots gets taken down. ALGS now in a pickle as they've got to reload. Pricey still not landing the shots, and through all this push, through that big decision, Babo will still be taken down, but it's opened things up for VVV, who play patiently, who don't over-aggress at ALGS, and who ultimately take the fight and the game. Patience paying off for VVV.
Igarashi doing what he can with his Havoc in his hand, using that Select Fire to just hold off teams from distance, something you don't see a huge amount of. Usually that Havoc is known for that close range engagement, that medium range engagement, but he's making it work however he needs to. You can see the port going down, like you say, from 10K. They're trying to work on their next rotate, but it looks like isn't as good as they wanted it to be.
Or it was perfect. I think it could have been bait. Both other teams kind of ran towards it, and maybe 10K need to think about second place here, because I really think 100 Thieves are in the lead position. As Kashira goes down, Postkill's also taking a lot of damage.
10K just trying to survive here. Is there an armor swap for Postkill? Yes, there is. That box saving his life and certainly elongating it a little bit longer, but we mentioned how 100 Thieves are completely and utterly controlled the southern side of the zone. Well, this is what you can see from their POV right now. They can walk in, but they're not going to be able to get involved in this final fight quick enough to make a comfortable third-party opportunity. It's a straight 3v3 with Babo for the win here.
Yeah, Verhulst needs to be careful because there is a height advantage here for Babo. They are going to be able to lay some shots down, but remember, Jen does have Sheila as well.
They're trying to send it. Jen's going to go down first. Damage was done. Lolly now on your screen, he should be able to finish off Verhulst. Phony is the last alive. It's a 1v1 here between Lolly and Phony. Phony doesn't know where he is. The whistle will go in, but it doesn't quite connect. He's going to slide in. Phony just being a nuisance here, jumps into the void. No boxes on the floor for him to work with to get that armor slot. Phony can't clutch, and it will be Babo who win the game, but a 1v1 to close out there. That is how you want to end a game of Apex Legends.
Yeah, I'd love to see that from Phony's side. I mean, maybe he got hit by the Whistler, also maybe he was trying to reload. He definitely was...
Yeah, I mean, I have
There's like one team at building, right?
I think it's two, I think, at least. Yeah, I think it might be two. 7 scores.
Oh, tomorrow.
50.
They're all beneath me. They're all beneath me.
Wait, someone down here.
Find them here.
I think. Yeah, there's a team under here.
Okay, I'm peeking. Put it back in here. They're gonna pull it out. They're right for no. Can you nade that? Can you nade that? Oh, one down here. One down here.
Bullseye from Zero, he connects with the head. It's going to be cleaned up immediately. It is 100 Thieves who feel what it feels like, to be at the end of a Kraber from Zero.
Very important comm as well from Zero, saying first team to move can set up walls, and maybe they get an advantage if they do so. But Falcons, they have to worry about the teams that are around them. 100 Thieves eliminated in 7th position, but now they have to worry about the other teams below them.
Oh, reignite. They're trying to move in, and Zero has to phase it out immediately. Does manage to somehow find a little cubby that's going to give him some cover away from all the action that is going down. So Falcons now into the top 6. The longer that he survives here, Zero, the better their chances of qualification and staying in this winner side of the bracket.
Yeah, it could be some huge placement points for Falcons, but now we turn our attention to teams that have been a little bit more central. VVV have found themselves a place to call home on the stairwell, but they are going to be pushed here.
I don't think they know them. Zero's behind them as well. Zero's just waiting for all this to happen. And he might be able to move in as the teams are taken down in front of him. Reignite eliminated. There's more placement points here. Thanks to Zero and being able to get out of that position. 2 downs in front of them. He lets it go, tries to find a place to play. Now it's just about survival. Jumps back through that portal. And he's going to line up a Kraber shot. If he hits this when he comes out, it would be big, but they won't be able to do so. VVV gone. Green Stego gone in the meantime. As Cat now move in to try and close this one out. They were in the best position for the majority of this game. Now they just need to hit the bullets down.
Have to hit the bullets, and I think it's going to be a simple cleanup because it was the portal who did the job in the end. And Cat find a victory in match 5 here to give themselves a fantastic chance of going into winners bracket round 3. Falcons, Fusion, Team Orchid, all still alive. And all 3 of those squads are still in the bottom 10. So it is really Cat who are very much up for grabs when it comes to the chasing pack here. But it is about moving and finding a position. Great portal to go very central here for Falcons. But the real question is, did anyone see it? Do they have eyes on it? And when do you move?
Well, you can see that it wasn't the perfect position that they wanted to play. And they're going to have to rely on a castle wall again. Does it become available in the competition? Yes, it does. They have the ult available. So now they can play their backs. But in front of them, there's going to be a lot of kills. But Hal is down. Zero's taking damage, even though he's outputting it himself. Hal will be brought back to his feet by Waltzy, and it looks like Falcons will be able to survive for now.
They are desperately trying to scrape through the winners bracket here, but you can see a lot of teams putting a lot of pressure on them as well. Orchid have just lost 2. Maybe their chances of winners bracket are about to fall. Yes, they will. Orchid will be into the elimination bracket.
Castle Wall's been shot out here for Falcons in the majority as well, so you can see that they don't really have too much to play with. They're just trying to hold off Green Stego from above by just using raw gun skill. 5 squads now remain as teams, Green Stego, take first place away as well. That's huge news for them.
Falcons need 4 more points. You don't want to go to a tiebreaker with Cat. Remember, tiebreakers how they work. It's how good you did in your best game, and Cat already won a game as well. So still plenty to do for Team Falcons. And don't count out Fusion, still alive here, still with a chance of breaking into that top 10 as well.
Everyone is so close to each other. Everyone is touching each other, can smell each other in these situations. It's almost like, what meta are we playing? Has it changed from Sapporo, Japan, the champs, where we're having the Newcastles have such a huge say in these final moments? Falcons are going to have to move. They have 10k just below them as well, but I'm not sure they're aware of any positions. Green Stego are in such a good position here, just up on this high ground to fire down on anyone. They're going to be safest for longest, but now comes the play. Falcons, I'm pretty sure they got slammed on. Zero has to jump into the void. Zero's last alive. Zero gets hit by the fence and the wall, and Falcons will be eliminated. Falcons are down to the elimination bracket as Green Stego will be your champions.
One of the giants falls, but Green Stego will stand strong with a 69-point series.
Team Nemesis looking to clean up, going straight into a last 3v3 right now. Danish versus Team Nemesis. Can they close this game out? They wall back for height. Can they, stop the push or not?
High ground was huge, but Misi swinging through the cat wall, really wants to finish a kill, can't actually find Remix Powers and has to commit over the wall, goes to the assistance of his teammate, and it's Danish playing as 3, holding hands graceful that take game number 1.
Team Danish managed to rotate south very early. As I said about before, when this zone is collapsing, it's gonna be mayhem.
O2 and Bacalao are still trapped inside the ring together, and now they're being cut off from Danish, who just have to wait for the perfect time to third party.
This is really scary because all of the 3 teams actually have quite a great spot to play slowly from because the zone closes slowly on pretty much all of them. Bacalhau should be out first from the north, Danish should be out first from the south, but it looked like O2 and Bacalhau are fighting and Danish should be able to clean this up.
O2 still alive, but it is one member and a duo on the other side of this. Danish know it's their time to strike. Know it is their time to show this lobby. Not just that they can win one game, but that they can win it all as they clean up O2 Esports and look for that last member of Bacalhau taking the second game in the Elimination Round 2.
That was a great finish from Danish. They managed to isolate which fight is essentially the fight for the win of the game.
BBL have tracked all the big threats. They got Bacalhau right underneath them. They know Nemesis are on their side, and Nemesis playing the wall are actually helping eliminate Bacalhau. BBL looking over all of this are going to start taking shots at Nemesis. Finally, removing two of them. F9 on the other side are going to get cracked by a Kraber shot as Jason holds down the fort for BBL. ASCII starting to peek his head out. Might be one shot, but Jason stays patient. So does ASCII on the other end. Bacalhau still alive. Nemesis resetting in the corner. Nice shot from Jason. Takes down Miro.
Big, huge Kraber shot right there, but they managed to let teams play underneath them as they right now are dividing the team, see if they can clean up his side potentially. Was that wall too early? I'm not too sure. F9 should be able to reset behind that wall potentially as other teams are bound to fight. BBL, however, is still on high ground and the zone is underneath them. Other teams are jumping out right now into the zone to fight. And Team Nemesis goes out.
3 squads left. BBL still have this in control with the Catalyst wall separating them. Jason's going to commit onto the low ground. Rampart wall for cover. Bacalhau goes down and BBL win game 3.
Very nice cleanup from BBL there. It was looking a little bit shaky. When two teams, if you're on top of a cliff and two teams get to play underneath you, it could go either way.
So one member of Team Nemesis goes down and tries to cause some chaos while the other two anchor from the high ground. Now that things are kicking off, they're going to come and help him.
Team Nemesis finding the opportunity with EC Geki, putting in the pressure onto F9 instead. Here you have the Rampart taking out the Sheila. Geki, though, are diverting their attention right behind them because Nemesis are holding such a great position. They knew that was a game-winning position that they could hold, and it's just the solo that is F9 that is left before Team Nemesis clear out this lobby.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we're expecting out of this team as they are going to waltz to a victory here in match 4 as they're just trying to chase down the last member of F9 who wishes he could isolate them in 3 1v1s, but they're not going to let that happen. Congrats to Team Nemesis.
Somebody TP down to ground.
Okay, we have to go low ground. We have to go low ground. We have to go low ground.
Okay, I'm going. I'm just jumping low ground. I'm jumping low ground. Crack. One. Kill that. Just kill that. Kill that.
One shot.
Nice.
Go.
Play nice.
Give me that.
Come here.
Go.
Come
back here. You can come back to us.
Come me. Play me.
The desperation to jump off of the high ground. You heard them saying if they weren't going to win this, they had to give up the truck. No surrender now. Hold the high ground. They shoot down at F9. They shoot down at ROC. And no surrender are your Game 5 winners. Great patient play and the pressure with the Kraber. As you could have heard ROC's comms talking about don't peek. They have the Kraber inside the truck, Soden trying to make their move. A team that's also on the bubble here. But if they want to try to take this fight, they have to be quick. Reject are on the other side of Pride Rock, and they have the Mad Maggie to put on the pressure.
Sitting there, taking damage from drills, taking damage from thermites so much, trying to get them through. Even on Pride Rock, we've got the bow coming down from Mia Knightley. Pioneers have been eliminated. They don't get enough points, but Reject. They've got 33 in 11th spot. They're fighting Soten. Whichever one wins will get through.
He looked like he had 99 range until he jumped right into the mother load. Reject. After dropping down, they were so close to the G7 hit fire shots. Reject with the pop-off. They did just enough to put themselves in the top 10.
3 Kraber bullets, double red on the side of NRG. Timmy has been regaling us with Kraber shots this entire tournament.
Eats into those meds that you don't already have. 2 more Kraber bullets ready to go. Timmy taking some shots with the R9, but look at his ammo. He's got 68 bullets in the reserve now, less. Looking at VKG, they're trying to play for placement. They're trying to see if VKG could try to send it onto Na'Vi.
Don't really want to use your last Skerrix of ammo blowing apart a Newcastle wall, which they might just replace But what option does he have? That's what they're doing to NRG. The zone closes further. They are trying to blast through VKG, but every single team is now just dumping utility in an effort to stay alive longer.
Cut his toes off, the quick Kraber shot once again. Look at the ammo, it's gonna be important. Yanya gets a knock, Na'Vi in trouble. VKG playing for their life by the fence. Now you have NRG walking up on the high ground, looking at the rest of the spots. Na'Vi goes on a third. VKG, TB needs help with the Newcastle wall. The reserve on the Newcastle wall could have helped VKG. What a play! Saving that Newcastle wall has allowed them to get first place. Regardless, NRG too, though, getting the KP that they need to get second place. But VKG, that was their time to shine. That was a hard position to play from. Remember, they were on the other side of the lot of Cliffside.
Alliance, after a lackluster performance, though, you know, good enough to get them here in the previous round, now have something to prove. Twerkaholics took that away from them in game one. So now they try and change that perception in game two. With the Bocek in their hands, they are probably furthest from the ring, maybe them or VK Gaming. Oh, a catwall goes down. Tries to save them from any aggression coming off the back of this crypto ult.
Literally one shot for both sides, but Aloka gets taken out. Effect trying to take a different angle instead with the charge of Rampage being on the ballistic. He slides in. The hipfire shots are just enough. Can he even get a reset? He has to play off the knockdown, but with the zone closing in, good luck. He gets a shield swap though. What is he gonna do about the motherload? It ends right in front of him. What timing? He is dancing around the nades, the fuses, just trying to grief him, but what can he even do?
Has he got time?
Yes, he does! The timing! But where do you even go? It's just a matter of time. Alliance get eliminated. Twisted Minds take free shots of the last remaining member. Now looking at Dupe as well. TSM, we're on the other side. Realize Nova get eliminated. 3 squads left. TSM, Twisted Minds, GHS, and currently GHS get eliminated with Twisted Minds holding on to the high ground. TSM want to have this opportunity.
TSM barely have time to turn around before Twisted Minds turn up and start turning up the heat. Duplex will queue out onto the high ground, but Enemy snipes him out just like he did Alliance.
The comeback art out here for Albert Laley. Twisted Minds
with the Kraber PK setup on Hackers.
Oh, share some for the rest of us out here, Hackers. Having that ready to go. Look at the corner, the crumbs of safety that Fnatic are in.
Knuckle cluster, anyone? Anyone? A single nade?
No one's gonna look at them. I mean, right now Alliance don't have that fuse, right?
A thermite would literally kill the whole team.
And Fear can't even look at them either because then they'll just get absolutely beamed by Alliance and NRG if they show face.
Oh, but the whole time, Alliance want to get in there and hurt them, but they can't because NRG are putting on so much pressure.
And that's why you have to be careful trying to show your face with NRG looking at you, having you in your line of sight. Furia only down to knock. Being on the right though, he's trying to survive for as long as possible. Taking Fnatic's spot for now. Fnatic get eliminated. Talk about timing as Yanya gets a double kill on the nades. NRG are farming this game. They have 14 total KP in this lobby. Alliance get eliminated, and it's just NRG all the way around to take game number 3.
And Na'Vi playing the sewers, playing the low ground. They get the gen down, but there's some angles being picked up here by Twisted Mind. But that gen is going to save them from these grenades. But what isn't going to save VKG is the Peacekeeper of Albralelli. He's letting this thing loose. He's letting this thing sing. It's big, big damage, but they're not going to be able to convert. Twisted Minds will fall. We're into our top 5.
Na'Vi will hold. Can they get back up? The answer is probably going to be no, because VK Gaming should be able to wipe them, and they will. 4 squads now remain. VK Gaming will be down low. GHS still have a solo, and Fnatic still have height.
GHS will fall. Na'Vi fall just before them, and it's now Fnatic who are moving in. They took the spot away from Envy very early in this game, as the Sky Nades will be exchanged between the two teams up and over the top of the catwall.
It is back and forth nades. Is there one more catwall left in this lobby? That's the real question, but Fnatic do have the height. VKG's just trying to avoid, trying to force Realize into them.
Fnatic do have the priority position here. Realize Nova will be eliminated. Now Fnatic might have an opportunity to swing, to do this damage and take this game away. But Yuka, he's gone down. Kills being exchanged between the two teams, but it will be Fnatic who clutch the final moments. And Fnatic will win here on our main stage. And you can see that the poise coming out from Hackis near to try and save Effect's game. Get him back, get that res, as Unlucky now has to try and hold.
Alliance had to back off because so many teams portaled into this zone at the same time. There is very little cover. You're playing any ridge, any rock that can just give you that avoidance of this bullet. And now 9 Lives are going to slide in, but Hackis was ready. And 9 Lives maybe did not expect that bullet to arrive.
Cersei still alive on the high ground, but Unlucky wants to get a little bit of revenge. He pops up and pops heads. Unlucky, great shots with the P20s.
Unlucky says Unlucky as now NRG are suddenly under a lot of pressure here, but Timmy's still alive, and Timmy has some P2020s.
A little bit windy there from Timmy, can't quite connect to get that kill. We would have a nice extra point, 2-5, but now that Casa comes towards him, he makes no mistake the second time around, but his teammates also got to be wary here because Enemy and the rest of Twisted Minds are trying to move in on this spot. 5 squads remaining here.
Twisted Minds will be pushing in on the remainder of Alliance, and I think they should be able to sweep them, and they do. NRG also down. Realize have just lost one, and it's going to be Twisted Minds versus VK Gaming realistically, and a solo on Realize.
And there's a Kraber in the hands of Alb, the man who's been doing it since day one. He knows how to hit heads with a big gun, and he picks up another victim.
It may just be a 2 of VK Gaming here. Twisted Minds should have the player advantage.
Alb now feeling confident, moving in. QQ almost has to say GG as he narrowly avoids another bullet. 2 in the chamber to work with for Alb to turn this game in their favor. Crook, though, he'll get the knock. It's actually Alb with that Kraber who gets the knock. And now he moves out with the kunai in his hands. He wants to finish this one in style. Albrelli wants this. He wants to finish it, but his teammates steal it. Twisted Minds will win again here on the main stage. And those Kraber shots were the ones that made the difference.
It looks like they can hold the corner of the building. TSM are okay for now.
QQ's been spotted out here from VKG. And you get the feeling that Fnatic, having spotted him, will finish that kill off. Indeed they do. Yuka will be the one to be credited with that kill. NRG still going to work, by the way, and it's Effect from Alliance who's fallen, but look at the complexity. 2 red armors, Peacekeeper in the hands of Monsoon as well. It's doable here for Complexity. It's still a lot of work to do, but it's still doable.
Alliance down to just Hackis, and Alliance trying their best, but they'll be eliminated. But job is done for them as NRG also fall.
Here's
also job done as Twisted Minds looking to maybe try and catch up first place, but I think NRG have created too big a gap here. But again, that is more placement points for those in the bottom 10. Realize Nova now 2 points off of 9 Lives. TSM 4 points, and Complexity 7 points away.
7 points for Complexity, that's the target. TSM leave the building. And now we'll start to pressure Fnatic. Fnatic will have to fight this, will have to take this. Duplex with a hipfire. Does some good damage. Skill Case will find one as well. Duke trying to hold the line for his team. Jen is now last alive. He's on the swing and will be able to finish the final pieces of Fnatic. But here come Complexity. They will clean out this side of the map. TSM eliminated. We're into our top 3.
Realize Nova have just taken 10th place away from 9 Lives, but now Complexity, maybe they can take it off of them unless that one remaining Realize member can get into 2nd place. But the chance is here for Complexity. Realize eliminated as Complexity march forward now.
Complexity versus Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds are going to go back for back, but it's Kimchi with the first knock, and surely not like this. Complexity keep themselves alive, but now it's a 2v2 as Funk will fall.
2v2 and Complexity have to win this. If they don't, they will not be in the winners finals, and now it's up to Monsoon.
Monsoon one away, but it's not going to be enough for Twisted Minds. Go back to back. Their 3rd win here in our winners round. But for Complexity, that was the chance. The opportunity was there. And they even got the first pick in that fight.
A very tough pill to swallow for Complexity with how close they're going to come. But Twisted Minds, the fists are raised towards the crowd. And you can see for Complexity, it's going to be a frustrating finish and a long old Saturday as they fight through that elimination bracket.